Hi, this is Jeannie with Paws Acupuncture, and today I had the most wonderful day. I spent about an hour or more with the magical wolves of Wolf Hollow, which is in Ipswich, Massachusetts. And I wanted to share with you the photographs I took and what I learned. On the premises, you are not allowed to take videos or audio, so everything here is just photographs. And I have to apologize, I had to use my phone because I don't have a decent camera. So I do hope that some of these images capture how beautiful these magical creatures are and how wonderful the Wolf Hollow place is to visit if you're able to. So please note, this is not an official presentation by Wolf Hollow. This is created by myself for educational purposes only. If you want more information about Wolf Hollow, please visit their website. The information will be in the description box below as well. Wolf Hollow is also known as the North American Wolf Foundation. They are a non-profit wolf sanctuary in Ipswich, Massachusetts. They were founded in 1988, and this is what their website says. Their mission is to focus on the preservation of the wolf in the wild through education and exposure. And I just want to tell you, they do a great job of this on their premises. Most of the staff at Wolf Hollow are volunteers, and so they depend on donations and visitors to help fund the place, keep it alive, feed the wolves, and give them the necessary things they need to survive. This is Lori, the veterinarian of the wolves, and oh my God, can you imagine having this job? They absolutely love her. It is just amazing to watch her with the wolves and how they interact with her, and she respects them and they respect her, and none of the staff treat these wolves like they're pets. These are wild animals that have been rescued and brought to this reservation so they can live the rest of their lives safely and be taken care of. The place is huge. They have lots of room to roam around and play and do their thing. So don't worry about it. It is not a petting zoo. All the wolves on this preservation are North American gray wolves, even though you'll see in the photographs that some of them are white. They all have a gray undertone. And these wolves are still an endangered species. Wolf Hollow does tours, and they limit the amount of people in each tour to keep things small and cozy, and also they've been doing this since the pandemic to keep everyone safe. When you go in, there's a little house with a little gift shop with some very cool things, and of course I want to buy everything, but I didn't. And then they take you down this path over this little bridge, which is very adorable, to where the wolves are. Now, there are two sets of fences, so the wolves can't get out, though a few have escaped in the past. And you cannot touch the wolves, or can you get to the wolves. They have rules that you can't jump around and run around and make noise. You have to behave yourself when you're there. It is child friendly, but you just want to make sure your kid behaves while you bring them there, because you don't want to startle the wolves. There are about 8 wolves that live there now. They lost, I think, about 4 of them during the pandemic. So here are some photographs of these wonderful, wonderful beings. It was really cold there today. I think it was like 25 degrees, and it snowed a little bit last night, just dusted. And so the wolves in the background, you'll see that there's like a frozen pond. It's not very deep. and they were just walking around on it, and there was one rolling around on it. It looked really cold, but they didn't seem to mind. Their coats were nice and fluffy, and look how gorgeous they are. So only staff is permitted inside the wolf enclosure, and it takes a lot to become one of those people that are allowed inside. They do have volunteers at the reservation, but it takes a lot of training and trust to be able to go into the enclosure, because the wolves are wild animals, and if they don't like you, well, you might get bit. And so they're very careful about these things, but you can tell that the staff absolutely loves these wolves, and these wolves just love the staff. It's just so incredible to watch. Wolves are very family oriented, and they help each other out. Now they do express dominance over one another at times, and they do have their little squabbles, but for the most part they do work together as a team, as a pack. So it's interesting to watch the dynamics between the different wolves. There's one that's very shy, and she kind of stays away from the rest of them. She's a little bit smaller. Whereas there's a couple that are brother and sister that hang out together. I don't have photographs of all the wolves in this because it was kind of difficult to get photographs because of there was people there and the fences, and they discourage, jumping over the fence for a photograph, which I can totally understand. Unfortunately, wolves get a bad rap. Little Red Riding Hood and the Three Pigs and people like Sarah Palin shooting wolves from a helicopter. They are not a dangerous creature if you leave them alone. Just like all wild animals, leave them alone. Let them be. Let them do their thing. They're necessary for the survival of this planet, and I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of this presentation. Look how gorgeous they are. How could you want to kill something like this? It's not like you can eat it. Why would you kill it for sport? It makes no sense. While I was there, the wolves were playing with ice, and they have some toys and branches, and they're very curious. They like to steal things out of some of the staff's pockets. They're fun. They're like dogs. They're a lot like dogs. They wag their tails if they're happy. They roll around. They like to roll around in stinky stuff. And you can just think of them as very big dogs. And this is where dogs have originated from. All dogs have originated from wolves. And you can see the resemblance when you look at a wolf. You can see where the Huskies and the German Shepherds and the Malamutes came from. These wolves were just given a treat over there by the little wood pile, and they're having fun playing with it. In Native American culture, the wolf is also known as the moon dog, and they're revered. They're said to have wisdom and psychic powers and magical powers, and they also represent family and a clan working together to teach others and to live in harmony. And so these are, I believe, magical creatures, and we should revere them and honor their spirit. So one of the things that wolves love to do is howl and bay at the moon. And one of the coolest parts of this presentation was the vet Laurie encouraged us all to howl to see if we could get the wolves to howl with us. Oh my God, talk about therapy. I think that they should start a wolf howling clinic. So the audience participated and we all started to howl, and I wish I could have taped it for you, but we weren't allowed. It was magnificent. All these people howling with these wolves. It was so beautiful. So I highly recommend that you go on YouTube or someplace to hear wolves howl, because it is so haunting and magical. And I encourage everyone to howl at the moon or anything else that perhaps you need to howl at from now on. Maybe this could be our new form of expression. There is an older wolf. She's 13, and I didn't get any pictures of her. She's in her own little enclosed space. It's not little, but it's big enough for her. Plenty of room. She has her own little house and things there. But she is 13, and she wasn't getting along with some of the other wolves, so they put her in there to keep her safe, and she seems to like it. You know, she's an old lady, and she kind of likes just hanging out there by herself, though every once in a while it's said that she will escape and go in with the other wolves, so I guess every once in a while she does want some company. But she was stunning too, but I wasn't able to get a picture of her. In a different part of the reservation are two other wolves. There's Scully and Gaia. Now, Scully is absolutely handsome. I wish I could have got a better picture of him. Go on their website and look at him because he is just amazing. He weighs, I believe, 110 pounds, and he just looks like the kind of wolf you just want to cuddle with and pet. But of course, you know, we can't do that. And now Gaia lives with Scully, and they're a couple. They're not going to breed. They've both been fixed. But Gaia is a wolf-dog hybrid that apparently lived in New York, where wolf-dog hybrids are illegal, just like they are here in Massachusetts, and I believe pretty much most of the U.S. they are illegal. And she escaped from her home, and so when she was found, they realized that she was like 80% wolf. I may not have the percentage right, but it was more wolf than dog. And because that's illegal in New York, she was then granted permission to live at Wolf Hollow. And they get along great. She just absolutely loves him. Of course, who wouldn't? He's a handsome boy. And he loves her. So it's a match made in heaven. I could spend hours talking about these wolves. However, it's probably best if you go to their website, and I'm going to put the link in the description box below to learn more about. They have a section about each wolf that they have and the wolves that have passed and all about the staff and so much more you could learn. They are in Ipswich, Massachusetts, and right now you can visit them on the weekends, but you have to have a reservation. You just can't show up. So I encourage you to please visit their website. I learned so much today. Now, I've been to Wolf Hollow a couple times. I am a member, and if I could, I would live there, but they won't let me. So the one thing I want to say, it's so important that we spread this message, how important the wolves and all of the wildlife on this planet are to keep this planet going. So what can you do? Well, educate yourself, educate your kids. Go to Wolf Hollow, learn about these things, watch videos, get books, take your kids to the library, learn about the environment and how our animals impact it. And vote for the people who want to save the planet, who actually believe in global warming and that things need to be changed. And do little things yourself, recycle, be responsible, okay? I'm not going to lecture you, but these things are very important right now. There is a wonderful YouTube that I highly recommend for all, and it's how the wolves helped to save Yellowstone National Park. It's only about 5 minutes long, and it's called How Wolves Change Rivers. I'll put the link in the description box below. It's something I highly recommend for everyone to watch, especially if you love wolves. Thanks so much for allowing me to share my magical day with you with these wonderful wolves, and I hope to maybe see you one day at Wolf Hollow. This is Jeannie Mosa, and this video was created for educational purposes for the Four Paws Acupuncture YouTube channel and the Nature Realm Portal YouTube channel, which I hardly ever post on. Four Paws Acupuncture does acupuncture and holistic medicine for pets on the North Shore of Massachusetts. I also have books, online classes, and more. Visit my website if you want more information. Thanks so much for watching, and have a pawsome day.